Hi, everyone. My pardons for being a few minutes late. Little technical difficulties, figuring something out, but we got it. It looks like we're live and good to go. Hang on, there's something that just came over my. Yeah. I'm live now, sweetie. Good deal. Say hi in the chat if anyone's here. There they are. All right, more people come in and say hello. And we'll get things going. How is everyone? Good? All right. Hey, Corey. A couple things I want to talk about. First thing is, I don't think I can screen share on here. Is the sound okay? Yeah, the sound's good. Never mind. Hey, Corey, and anyone out there interested, I've opened up on my Odyssey of Ascension website. If you look at it, I have the private classes are now up there. So there's a tab that replaced the apprentices. I have a couple of apprentices. We do different kind of work, but the private classes, you guys know the focus of that. If you're interested, it's on. Hello, Hazel. It's on the website now. It's now live, so we have that available for you if you're interested. I have the ongoing classes, the Ascension classes, and they're in their second month, and there's 2 more months of those schools. And then we'll redo that in January. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and read it. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And we already have a question that I want to cover. And I want you to listen. I want you all to listen and understand what's going on. It does take a lot to see what you do to yourself. You don't know you're doing it to yourself, and you're not doing it to yourself hello, Lucia, in a malicious way. Okay? You don't have intentions about your creation because you're in this separated world, and your good intentions are not leading to good things or bad things or consequential things, or leading to experiences of how you choose to focus in the now. So let's not discount what's going on. So if I can read this email, this is one of my students that's in the class. In my classes, and we're going to talk a little bit tomorrow. Hello, Eric. Special moment. I'm not going to hear this. I'm not going to hear this on, say, Tuesday night. Maybe. Good. But so let's look at the world events. This question was, can you talk about the Israeli war? Okay, the war in Israel, and what that is, from my point of view, is a focus. Okay, a way to look at reality. Okay, and you have a lot of care and a lot of concern about all the atrocities that are going in the absolute bad things that we do to each other. And we've been doing it a very long time. We're good at it because the species itself is lackful. It doesn't know its own worth. So it gains its worth through others' pain, kind of like assholes, kind of like a doting mother, kind of like an egotistical father who never lets their kid become great because he was never be able great. So it's this idea. So you multiply that with countries, and you put guns in their hands, and then you get the same idea. The relationship's the same. So then you receive this, and she had said, I don't know how to handle the emotions, and she's in the classes. So you're not going to handle the emotions. We don't want you to not feel. Okay, for those of you in class and those of you who have listened to my channel and have done the work while I'm here, you understand you don't get rid of your emotions. You transcend them. And we just started the Transcendent School, so it's a good point to bring up this time, okay? And I would like to say, when you get the experience of focusing on something that caused you pain, you've got to be mature enough. You've got to be mature enough. You have to fucking be mature enough to know that you're doing that to yourself. If you can't help it, perfect. You can at least observe over and over again from a self that realizes the self. I can't help but to look at what's going on and suffer the pain because it hurts me. Good. We want that. We want that. We fucking want that. Got another drug? How about another pill? Huh? What else is going to soothe the fucking pain? A good day? Something to take your mind off of it? What's the next goddamn drug? Come on. Find your next drug to soothe the fucking pain. Hope, caring, good news, distraction, distraction, distraction. That's not what we are about. We are creators to experience what we create. And since we forgot everything, living in a world of duality, we suffer and understand the greatness, suffer the greatness of polarity. So the first thing you do is you accept your absolute truth that you are having a bad time, a polarized trigger idea that hurts you. And I don't want you to run. Don't fucking run from yourself. It's your truth. Otherwise, you can't feel it. You cannot feel, experience anything in this reality unless it's your truth, because the truth is creation. So whatever you're receiving is your truth. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. But since we are polarized, well, of course, we're going to get negatives and positive. I had a shitload of negative experiences, a lot more negative than positive. I wasn't worthy of positive. Anything started good, I'd fucking destroy it because I didn't deserve it. It's like lottery winners, right? 95% of fucking lottery winners. 7 years, poof, money's gone because they don't deserve the money. Oh, up here they do. But here they don't. They're not worthy of a new life. They're not worthy of that change. So what you have to do is look at that. Do I want to focus on that? They're suffering. So may I experience their suffering. I'm assigning their world as suffering. So they're not suffering. I'm suffering because I'm choosing to see it that way. Now, choosing it intentionally, of course not. You're not intentionally choosing to see pain. It's built in because you came to a dualistic world. And since you came to a duality, since you came here and forgot, then why not get to know why you came here? You think you have a purpose. You think you're a Christ conscious, going to save the world, rescue all the fucking cows from getting slaughtered. Huh? You're going to become another fucking leader and lead everyone to the promised land. You have a purpose. You came here to experience what you've never, ever experienced before. Separation. So take a big, fat, juicy bite of polarity and look at your beliefs that allow that pain, that suffering of others, that your mind assigns to that as the cause and that as the effect externally. Yet you're the one who wrote me suffering about that. So it's not them, it's fucking you. So your belief system says that. So what do? Well, you've been through my first class. And if you fucking paid attention, you would understand that's a recognizable belief. And you have to understand that's your truth. That's why you experience that. Now, you know that, and that's good. I'm sure you do. And the second part is transcendence. But we haven't got to the transcendence part that's going to help you understand this. What you're going to do is understand that's your truth. And the first thing, and the only thing you do right now, is accept that my interpretation of the unconditional, that is reality, is a conditioning that is suffering. And I get to experience. So you just sit there like you're taking a bath with a nice bath bomb of suffering. And I want you to bathe in that. And I want you to sop it up and let it pour through every idea of your fibrous being. And I want you to live that suffering and say, I suffer because I'm interpreting reality that way. My truth is that that's wrong. And it is wrong. If you're human, if you're a God, it's not wrong. It's not wrong at all. It's creation. Now, if you've been to my classes, which you have, you watched the videos, and you did the workbook, you remember creation in itself is unconditional. Otherwise, it can't exist. It would be limited if it was a condition, if it was a standard. That's why everything goes. That's why everything's happening. It's happening for no reason. It's happening because we're creators, experience the forever awareness that we are. And our experiences are the interpretations of reality as our truths. And we happen to be a separated truth. So, of course, we experience polarity. We run for happiness and avoid sadness. So you, don't have to look at it, because it's not in your view. As far as I remember, you live here in the United States. There's no war going on in your backyard. You're not a part of it. You haven't picked up a gun and stand a post. You haven't been told to advance on a hill. You don't have that. You don't have a commander. You don't have armor. You don't have weapons. You don't have bullets. You're not at war. But up here, you have a little hero part. A little hero part. That little hero in your mind says, I care. And this is going to piss a lot of people off. Good. I care. I care. I have care. Care. No. What you have is a hero. You're not caring. You're being heroic. Your ego is giving you a duty that caring puts you in a position of being that hero to care. I care. When has one God ever cared about another one? We have absolutely no care for anything. We have no care, no concern, because everybody is me and I'm fine. No one suffers. No one dies. We experience. How we interpret reality could be deemed as suffering, which I have, could be deemed as painful, which I know, angry, anxiety, frustration, need, want, desire, hope, happiness, glee, ecstasy. I felt it all, and I live it, and I love it. I love it. So the care part is pulling your obligatory hero to say, this is bad. It's bad. Send prayers to Israel. It's bad. It is bad because people are getting slaughtered, but they're not. They're going to the next room. They're suffering themselves on this planet because their mind is interpreting the same as you. I'm suffering. And that is not your job to fix. That's the politician's job. You're welcome. You're welcome, Glenn. The politicians. You're not a politics, are you? I don't think so. I think you're a sender. So what you do is focus on the world that you create, your little fucking bubble. My reality doesn't go beyond what I can't see. If I can't see it, it ain't mine. And I have no fucking business in there. But if I make it my business, I'm focusing on something that's not mine now. A, has nothing to do with me. B, creating a fucking reality. C. So that's how I'm creating a world not now. And guess what? We've been doing that 99.9% of our fucking lives. Even when you're at work, you're thinking about not now. Take out all the time you're thinking about. How much time do you really focus on work? An hour? 2 hours? Depends on your job. 5 hours? It's subjective. It's up to you. I'm not saying it's 1 or 2 or anything. So you got to stop caring. I don't care because I know everything is unconditional love. I know that here, not here. This doesn't know it. This knows duality. This knows polarity. This knows I am not God. This knows unconditional love. This knows I am God. That's what this knows. So let's talk about living in the now. Okay? So when I'm living in the now, my memory or my reality reminds me of things I need to do. So I don't have to manage my life. I get vibrational reminders of things. Oh, I have a channeling tonight. Oh, I've got chiropractor tomorrow morning. What do I need to prepare for? What do I need to get ready for? Everything is a vibrational match to my resonance. And in my now, my kingdom in my now that resides in my frequency match, how can I not know anything that would not handle any situation in that now? See, fear gives you preparation, anticipation, recon, preparation, research. And that's not right or wrong. And it works for humans. I'm not a human. Not a fucking chance. I create humanity. I'm a creator. And I've got to shift my point of view. In the nature of myself, I live now, not in time, not in the future, not in the past, not in regret, and not in hope. I live now. I create now. And that showed me a lot of stuff about myself. It showed me how much my mind was running in the future, telling me what to do, what to fear, what to need, what to want, what should I do, how should I act, what about the behavior? And it's just bearing down on fucking me. And I'm going batshit crazy. I'm going nuts because my mind is kicking my ass across the fucking galaxies. But I observed, Gwen, my mind, and I knew those were just thoughts backed by emotions, especially those obligation and responsibility and what you're supposed to do. And you feel guilty if you don't fulfill that for the other that you're a dependency with. And you're here running like a fucking monkey from one hoop to another. You're fucking got a collar on and the guy's grinding away and you're going quarter, trying to make a fucking life because this up here is running you. And you, everybody else, everyone is running the show from here. This show is a result of this. This show is not a cause. It is not effect. It is a reality check. Check in on what you're creating. Energize a new self by focusing on a different truth. Opening up different doors, saying no to the obligatory, responsible, needy, woeful, victim, caring, reasonable self. Say no and wake up to yourself. You're going to lose everything. Not physical shit. Not physical. You're going to lose every fucking identity and you're just going to scare the shit out of you. Especially the ones in transcendence class. You guys are coming up on a time to where you're actually going to start to see what happens when you transcend your truths and you have this big void, this big, vast emptiness of I am not, because you're not holding yourself up in your heroic deeds of measure. Measured only by the ego, and the ego will give you a satisfactory emotion when you did a good job. You got praise. Hey, attaboy, there you go. Then you feel good. You cycle your fucking life. You live fat and happy on the fractal. But if you don't use that self, you're going to start depleting that energy. You're going to let go of that, not feed that hungry lion. And the more you do that, you're going to get this emptiness and realize you're not holding it up anymore. And the ego is hungry. And it's going to go, why aren't you feeding me, Morris? Come feed me. And you don't. And you grow empty. But you must realize, all of you, when there is boredom and emptiness, a need for purpose, are you aware at that moment? Can you return yourself to the now instead of the searching mind to satisfy the hunger you have of emptiness, to fill yourself with lack, identity, dependency? If you can hold yourself in the now and look at that one fucking moment and say, I am, and I am is all that is. I am right now, and that's enough. I don't need to be anything. I'm going to take a day off from holding up my structures, my identity, pushing them so everyone loves me. And I don't even know who the fuck I am, but I'm doing it because they like me. You can do that. Living in the now. That's what the nature of things is. We created memory to create time. We didn't have time. There was one time that there was no time. We were only now. Until we got a memory, we couldn't have a future. We couldn't measure a point from here and here because our memory wouldn't give us a starting point, because the starting point didn't exist. It was always now. We're always now. There's no, hang on, stop. Let me look at that. I have a memory of that action. If I do it again, this was the result. So what happens if I change it? I can look at the future and see the possibilities. So now that I've created time, I can live in the now, not now, by creating the future in the past and thinking and creating my life around that. And that's what we do here on good old planet Earth. None of that shit's in your goddamn living room. But you drag it in. You let those ideas, you let those stories, you let those things and let them come in and shit on your porch. You do. You open the door. We all do. Where we focus. Abraham, does anyone watch Abraham? Did you guys not get it? Energy follows awareness. Here's my awareness, and here comes the energy to create. Energy follows awareness. I'm looking that way. I'm energizing. I'm creating. What you put in your vortex creates your reality. What are you putting in your vortex? It's not wrong to put it in, Gwen. It's to notice that you have a habit of feeding an identity and to step back with the observer and look at your belief systems that you actually give a fuck about what's going on with these people that never die. That aren't people, that are gods experiencing these vibrational meat suits that we create as an experience to carry our awareness around. It's our ride on a holodeck. Happening right here between these fucking temples. It's all happening right fucking in your head. So you got to look at things differently. You got to notice that belief. You really want to live the rest of your life through solutions, through reasons, through compromise, through negotiations. You want to live through the rest of your life solving problems. Or do you want to see, observe, and realize those are truths that you hold that create? And that observer that can see yourself reacting to a situation now has an opportunity to notice a big fat belief system that says, I'm not mad at that. I have the ability because my truth says I'm mad. Because an unconditional reaction or unconditional reality had an action. I reacted to the action and therefore I experienced. So instead of killing them or beating them up or making them feel guilty or wanting them to feel my pain because I feel pain and being an asshole or being revengeful or trying to get back at them, maybe I ought to grow the fuck up and get off of the goddamn playground and grow up and mature myself and say, that's my shit. I think I need to own my belief systems that I create because I came to the planet Earth where mommy gave it to me, where daddy gave it to me, where my government, my culture, my society, and it's been going since everyone pops in. And the only change is representation. It's never preachers. It's representation. You must represent within yourself the truth of yourself, only yourself. You must take down the walls of Jericho, destroy them motherfuckers. Grind yourself down to the foundation, to the plateau of I am, and have no castle and be naked and vulnerable and afraid of all that is, that you have no defenses. And then choose your truth and rebuild your kingdom. Because right now, here's the south wall is made by mommy's obligation. And here's the north wall made by religion fortification. You had a moat around you of societal fears that keep you protected. Protected. Don't live with it. But no one's going to change it for you. Guys, everyone listen. No one's going to change anything for you. There's no outside force that can change the inside world. It's your world. You have a truth. And you've all seen this, so I'm not going to draw it again. You have a truth of a self. You have a truth of a not God self. I am, you forgot. You have no idea. The I am not, you're very familiar with. It's the one that leads you down this road of your life. So your life is going to be the absolute same if you don't change those truths. And the truths aren't to change for a better future. That's distraction. The truths are to change your choices in the now and choose a different truth within your kingdom and let that vibration out and let that vibration attract and put those new realities into place in your vibrational world, creating the versions of the people around you that are resonant with you. And it doesn't happen today. It happens as a journey. It happens as a journey. So you're going to start taking down these pieces. And a lot of people aren't going to agree with you anymore. And they're not going to like because you are a dependency to them. The perfect daughter, the perfect son, the perfect mom, the perfect wife, all of this shit. You got to tear it down. Find out who you are. You owe yourself that much. So don't get caught up into the distractions. Humanity sells two distractions. A big pile of shit and then a really big pile of shit. The big pile of shit is hopes, dreams, desires. The really big pile of shit is fear, consequence, and suffering. And they sell you that to make you think this is better. But they're both piles of shit and they both stink. And we've been doing that since we got here. Awakening is about realizing how you create your reality, your truth. I am not going to do that. Oh, goodness gracious. If there was an ad that came in the middle, I apologize. I missed it because I can skip them. And we don't have choices. Now there's mid-rolls. You can't get rid of them, apparently. But that's humanity lacking themselves. We use it until it's no longer our truth. When it no longer resonates, something else replaces it, and we move on with our lives. So that's why you never bitch about people choosing their truth. You just let go and walk the fuck away. And you destroy those worlds. Those worlds are fine in their focus, but you destroy them to your focus because they're none of your truth anymore. You're the only one who hangs on to shit, trying to figure out what happened 20 years ago and the reason for this and the reason for that. That's just total, that's the pile of shit. Stinks. You guys deserve better. Yeah, exactly, Eric. So anyways, the focus, look, when you live now, you become alive. It's going to take some time to learn. Let's say unlearn time, relearn living now, however you want to look at it. And just really start to focus on what you're doing. Become alive in what you're doing. You know, when I'm writing, and I'm writing the 2 books right now, and I go back and forth, but sometimes in the middle of my writing, I got to stop because I'm so into it. And then all of a sudden I feel take a break. And now you're in the now taking a break. So when you're taking a break, take a fucking break. Take a break. Focus on whatever you want to focus on to release yourself from whatever energy your body and you told you, hey, it's time to shake it up a little bit. Every action you do is unconditional. The only one that judges is the little monkey in your mind. Every action in all of creation, everything that's ever been expressed in the physical and non-physical by any creator, anywhere, any incarnation is an unconditional act. And the only one that puts a condition on it is this one. We all put slants on them, but if it's our unconditional slant, it only affects us in one way, unconditionally. Love. That's the only way we feel it. And what does that feel like? Doesn't feel like human love. Doesn't feel like happiness. It feels like greatness. It feels like exalted. I wish there was a word for it. And I've touched it a few times. More and more recently. I can't give it to you. You got to do the work. You got to accept that you came here to have the experience of separation. And in that experience of separation, to learn the greatness of suffering and sorrow and need and want and hope and joy and ecstasy, and live those things fully and really live them fully. And then you protune yourself to an opportunity. You protune yourself to awakening. Protune is opportunity. It's what they say. That's what Sly says a lot. Protune yourself to awaken, and you have. And you realized that all of the structures that you created your world with were beliefs of the world itself that you joined in. And now that you are internally understanding I am, and these truths are not me, then you have choice. And when you can observe those choices, you can choose different, which creates a different reality. And of course, your vibration is absolutely going to be wonderful because you're putting a more authentic self into the vortex instead of the lackful self into the vortex. And then you're going to peel away and peel away and peel away all of the fucking layers of the not me until you're nice and shiny and squeaky clean I am. Hi, I don't believe in anything you have to say. Okay. I think you're either being purposefully deceitful or you're simply delusional. Whatever you want, Yuri. Whatever your choice is. This is perfect. See, this is what he believes. He doesn't believe this and he doesn't believe that. That's his truth. Do what you will, my friend. Journey well, and thanks for joining in with me. So anyways, you might want to ask why you're here to hear. Oh, yeah. Exactly. So anyways, so these are the ideas of awakening, is to understand that you have beliefs. And these beliefs are because you're polarized, born in humanity, separated. Not right or wrong, a master's journey. Bashar said it, Seth said it, Ross said it through Rhonda, Ramtha said it through Jay-Z Knight. Okay, we're all this idea of a whole self, and we focus in and create a reality. This reality is a mystery to us, which is part of the enjoyment. is to not know you're a creator, not know you're God. You know? Thank you, Eric. Oh, I love that. Annabelle the Happy Carnivore. I love the name. That's so funny. So it doesn't matter how you feel about your reality. Just know that's your truth and you're the only one who experiences it. So if you like the way it makes you feel, you do it. If you don't do it. But either way, it's still your interpretation. And that's what we show, that you're creating your reality, your choices, your behavior off of your truths. And those truths give you the experiences. I dig it. Any other questions? And I think, let's see what else. I don't know. I think that's it. So I'm going to wrap it up unless a question comes up. Do you take medication? No, I do not. Thank you for asking. The private classes are up on Odyssey of Ascension with the link down below. If you have any questions about the classes, let me know. There's an email. You can email me, contact me, and just check it out. Until then, each and every one of you, rock your reality. I love you all. Okay? Thanks all for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next now. Take care, everyone. Bye.